is Monday. No, it's not. Y'all, I just finished my schedules for the summer, so my brain is scrambled. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. Yes. And welcome. Welcome to our anxiety and depression support stream. My name is Ruby. I am a master life coach in the healing arts, and I am bringing you a little mini teaching tonight in our series that I was calling The Current, I believe is what I'm calling it. The Current. We've been talking about water this month because water's been on my spirit. And tonight I have a little mini teaching for us, which I am titling The Pause Before the Breath. Tonight I'm going to teach you about breath work. I'm going to teach you the power of your own breath and how your breath truly is your life. It is your life. Are y'all ready? By the way, I did mention I have my schedule. Oh, by the way, you guys, someone had mentioned that my sound is a little staticky, or they've noticed that on my live streams. So let me know if you hear that, because it might be my headphones, because I feel like they're on the fritz. So if it is, I'll just take the headphones off so you guys can hear me better. So yeah, my schedule. I'm going to tell you once at the start, and then I'm going to recap at the end, okay? So my summer schedule is up on my website, shesrestored.com. Y'all, I'm bringing back my group classes. I actually was on a platform, or I still am technically, called Get Hobby. And you guys can look it up. It's Get, G-E-T, Hobby, H-O-B-I.com. And I was teaching on there, I don't know, for a few years, I guess. But the owner has just kind of gone into a little hiatus. So I'm not doing my group classes there at the moment. But I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and put them on my website so you guys can still have my group classes available to you. And I'm starting those, well, technically I'm starting them next week, but I'm officially going to launch in June of 2026. And all of my classes are $7. That's how I always price them for my group classes. And the ones that I am going to be teaching on for the summer, basically through September, is my novelty notes journaling. Y'all love that class. I've had so many people asking me, on the platform, they message me and they're like, when are you bringing this class back? What's going on? So yeah, I'm bringing it, and I'm bringing it to us. We meet on Google Meet, and it's a good class. It's a fun class. So yes, I'm bringing back my novelty notes journaling class. That's going to be on Mondays. And I believe I have my classes at 8 p.m. because we have our live streams. So I'm going to do them right after our live streams. So that's Monday. Then Wednesday, I will be teaching artist therapy. Some of you have taken that class with me before. But I am going to be doing color therapy. What else did I put on there? I'm going to do color therapy. I'm going to do some ASMR, and I'm going to do paint and process. Yeah, super excited. So that's on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And then my Friday class is going to be music therapy. And that's going to be a blast too. So all of my classes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. And then my soul strengthening sessions, y'all, I decided I was debating. I really was. I was debating if I wanted to do a live stream here. Remember I talked about it last week or last time. It might have been Monday. But I figured I need to give my Instagram family a little love. So I'm going to do our soul strengthening sessions on Instagram on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So if you remember that class and you like it and you want to find me, you can go to my She's Restored Instagram. Now, I'm also bringing back my Artist Dream Life sessions, which is for my Soñado Libre family. That's artists and musicians. I'm going to be doing that live on Instagram at Soñado Libre Sound, my Instagram over there. And that's going to be on Thursdays, 7 p.m. I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm basically just coming back to what I'd been doing before my life got crazy and my schedule got crazy with my day job. So, but it's time. The Lord said, it's time. It's time to go back into your work, your true work. Because you guys, you have to understand this. We have a calling. This is my calling. Sitting with you is my calling. Sharing these teachings with you. Now, of course, here on YouTube, I have them very sort of general and not too deep, easy to grasp. Anybody can jump on here and tune in and pick up on what I'm teaching. But if you want deep teaching and deep mentoring, this is where the one-to-one sessions come in and the group classes. So I invite all of you to that. By the way, how's it going, everybody? Good to see y'all. I see you guys hopping in the chat. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, I welcome you. I haven't forgotten. Y'all, I'm going to do a video for my new subscribers and all of you, really. But I want you to feel welcome. I want you to know that you are not unnoticed. I notice you. I see you. And I appreciate you and I love you. And I'm so happy you're here. So let's get into this teaching tonight. This is part of our water series, which I've titled The Currents. Is it? Yeah. So tonight, the pause before the breath. Take this in for a second. The pause before the breath. Okay, we're getting into breathing tonight. It sounds so simple, and yet, why is it so hard for some of us to remember to breathe, to come back to the essence of my being? Y'all, I need to come and see what y'all are talking about over here. Alpin, hi. Marco, how's it going tonight? Do you read dark romance sometimes? Would love to send you our new bestseller. Ooh, I love books. And yes, I'm completely intrigued. My email is shesrestored@gmail.com. And thank you for thinking of me. I would love that. Para, hi, how are you? I'm from Texas. Where are you from? And hi, everybody watching. Don't hesitate to come in the chat and ask questions or share anything. I do come back periodically. Sometimes y'all know I get so immersed and I let the spirit flow. So, but I will come back, I promise. Okay, so did y'all hear that? I struggled for a second to take a breath. I've actually been doing some breathing work lately, so I'm proud of myself. This is, I'm excited to share this, y'all. I truly am. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of notes tonight. There is a space. Y'all, I shared this at the start. Do you guys hear crackling or any kind of, I don't know, Maybe if I move this, you can hear it. Can you guys hear anything weird? Or do I sound clear? Because I had somebody message me and said that my, like, the last few live streams, I don't know how many it was, but that they sound kind of like crackly. So if so, please let me know and I will take my headphones off. Because that's annoying. I would imagine that's annoying if you're trying to watch a video and all you hear is this the whole time. I don't want that for y'all. So please let me know, okay, if you hear that while I'm teaching. And then I'll just take them off real quick. Okay, so the pause before the breath. There is a space for pausing, waiting, and catching your breath. And this is your reminder to do this. If you're here, if this is your season for this, and if you're not, this is your reminder for when your season is here. Our bodies have a natural rhythm. Okay, this is important to, I think subconsciously we probably know this, but I want to bring this to present consciousness because this is where I need it when I'm going through my bouts of depression or my episodes of anxiety. This is so, I need to remember this, okay, that my body has a natural rhythm, and I would even say a supernatural rhythm. And actually, I'm going to say it that way because I want us to have an accurate distinction between the two. So, this rhythm is one that was wired within us. Okay, this is when I'm talking about this, and that's why I'm saying supernatural. This rhythm is something that God placed within us, and really, it comes from His breath. When He breathed life into us, this is the breath I'm talking about. And there is a natural, a supernatural, I keep wanting to say natural, and it is natural, obviously, because we're human and we're in this earth realm, but it is a supernatural rhythm that we have, that we carry by design. And we had this before everything awful that we've experienced. Okay, take that in for a minute. Some of you are going through some awful things. Some of us are coming out of some awful things. I'm one of them. These things that we went through, okay, these traumas, these fractures, I call them life fractures, especially if they're big, massive interruptions in your life. They brought dysfunction, they brought disruption, firstly, in our natural breathing, in our natural rhythm of breath. And they brought dysfunction in our bodies. This is super important to catch, okay? And tonight I want to take us into the remedy, which is rest. Okay? Now, remember a few weeks ago I asked you to visualize water, your ideal image and snapshot of water, that you felt calm, that you felt peaceful. Okay? I want you to take that Polaroid out. This is what we're going to reflect on, okay, when we're going to go through this, because I'm going to show you a couple of things tonight. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and we're going to take a few minutes to ponder these things. And if you want to answer, please do. If you want to answer, please do. I really would love to hear from y'all. So my first question is this. Just making sure y'all don't say anything yet. Are you at rest in your being? Okay? True rest. I'm not talking about being idle or chilling out for a little bit or laziness. I'm talking about true rest. And do we even know what this means? True peace, tranquility. Do you have this? Are you carrying this within yourself? Now, obviously, this is a live stream that's dedicated to those who struggle with anxiety and depression. So, in our affliction, obviously, we have episodes, we have flares, we have um, seasons where we struggle a little bit more with depression or anxiety. If we're going through things, obviously, this affliction can be magnified, okay? But what I want to encourage you here is I can still learn to have this rest, this tranquility, this calm, this peace in spite of my affliction. And it's actually necessary for me to have this so that, again, I have a spiritual anchor to pull me out of the depths of depression or bring me down from the heights of anger, whatever it is that I'm struggling with. Do you know? This is my second question for you. Do you know how to find this calm? Do you know how to find this calm that I'm speaking of? Because I'm going to tell you, while there are many things in our life or in the world that we can focus our attention on to bring a temporary distraction or relief, some might say, that is not what I'm speaking of. Those are escapisms, and they serve a purpose, of course, but I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about, do you know how to find this calm that I'm speaking of? Because this is the pause. I must know this pause in my life. Peace, peace, true peace. And once you have it, it settles you. It's your basis. It becomes your basis so that when I'm going through stuff, I know how to come back so that I can calm myself down. Through every anxious moment and every depressive episode. Any questions before I continue? Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody that's logging on. I'm happy you're here. My name is Ruby. I'm doing a miniature teaching, and we are about to get into a little therapeutical for you. We're going to do a breathing exercise. So, if you're struggling with learning how to be calm in the midst of your storm, I'm about to bring you some remedy. So, are you ready? Remember what I said at the start. Our breath is life. Our breath is our very life. When I make this connection within myself, it changes my perception on my environment. Because remember, I'm always going to teach you to come back to restored you, to take back your power. And these simple, I'm going to do one actually tonight. I have several, but tonight I always want to leave enough time for us to chat and ask questions. Hi, welcome, Ava. Good to see you again. So when I understand that breath is life, it is my life, and it is my supernatural rhythm, as I mentioned at the start, it guides us. But again, if we've been fractured, we need to relearn how to guide it so it can relearn to guide us back to peace. Okay, I'm going to say that again. So if you want to write this down, this is just revelation the Lord gave me. If I begin to learn to reconnect with this supernatural rhythm that I already carry, you actually already carry it. But for some of us, because we've been through so much, it's fractured. It's offline. It's disconnected from self. But when I remember that my connection to this is what's going to guide me. But first, I need to relearn. And I'm just going to read it the way I wrote it, okay? So, in our supernatural rhythm, it guides us. But if we've been fractured, or wounded, or hurt, or betrayed, or fill in the blank for yourself, okay? Whatever speaks to you, we need to relearn how to guide it, my breath, so it can relearn to guide me back to peace, which is inherently mine. Peace is, it's a spiritual inheritance. It's already yours. This is when I was asking you earlier, do you know where to find it? It's not in the world. There's no peace. There's no peace in the world. If you're looking for peace, well, we certainly aren't living in the days where we could even find it if we wanted to. There's no peace in the world. Peace is spirit. And when I connect to spirit, I receive peace. And I am peace at that point. Okay, it's beautiful. So, are we ready? We're going to do our breathing exercise now. By the way, have you noticed, is it crackling when I'm moving this? Just want to know, because I'd hate for you guys to watch this later and it sounds terrible. I'm just seeing if you guys wrote anything else. Okay, so this little breathing exercise, it is very powerful. It's only going to take you but a few minutes. This is something you can do anywhere. This is something you can actually start your day with to kind of set your nervous system, or reset your nervous system, I should say. You can do this while you're at work and you're going through a very stressful moment. You can even do it in real time. I mean, a lot of times if we're going through stuff at work, we need to step away. But you could do this in the middle of it if you choose to conscientiously bring yourself back to this truth. Okay? So, what we're going to do is a deep breathing exercise. And I want you to remember a few numbers because these numbers are important. So, first, I teach you the exercise. I just want you to sit still for a minute and just breathe. Just quiet yourself and just breathe. Normal, natural, whatever it is for you. So I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to be quiet and let you do that. And then I'm going to come with the exercise. So as you're breathing, as you're being still, notice anything within yourself that feels tense or uneasy. Maybe it's physical. Maybe you feel pain in your body or tension. Maybe it's mental. Maybe your mind, you're trying to sit still, but your mind is going crazy. You're having racing thoughts. Or maybe you're feeling emotional overwhelm when you start to quiet down. This is all normal. All of these scenarios are normal. When you start to calm down and quiet yourself, especially if you are in hypervigilance, for those of you that wrestle with anxiety disorders and depression, you can, it's almost counterintuitive for you, because if you calm down and you slow down, you notice it more. You notice the anxiety more. You notice the depression more. However, this is the remedy. I must learn to be still with self so that I can take the reins and take my power back in my affliction. Some of you, this is very challenging. You don't like to be still. You don't like to be quiet. You need noise and energy and people because it's too much for you. And for you, I would encourage you to learn the art of stillness. Okay? It is to your benefit. At first, it might feel really, really uncomfortable, but I promise you, when you get past that first stage, you're going to notice feeling much better. So, as you're in your normal breathing and you've taken some notice, notice what you're thinking, notice how you're feeling. Is your breathing shallow? Is it hurried? And where are you drawing your breath from? Pick up on these things. Notice them. Now I'm going to guide you. Hi, how's it going? Did you have a question? I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. You can ask me again though. But we are doing a breathing exercise. So let me guide you into a mini vagus nerve reset. So the vagus nerve in the body is responsible for your entire nervous system. And breathing supernaturally resets your nervous system. This is why I encourage you, once you take this from me, take it everywhere you go so that you can begin to reset your nervous system. When you wrestle with anxiety disorders or depression, I would say depression disorders, part of what's wrong with me, and when I say wrong, I mean dysfunction, in dysfunction, it's not wrong, it's in dysfunction, is that I haven't come out of my hypervigilance. I haven't come out of my chronic state yet. So this is the most powerful way to do this and simplest way to do this. So quiet yourself again. And this time I'm going to guide you into how to breathe to reset the supernatural rhythm. Okay. So I want you to breathe in through the nose for 4 counts. Pause for 2. And then exhale for 7. And when you inhale, do it through the nostrils. Hold the breath for 2. And when you exhale, I want you to push the breath out through your mouth. And repeat this 3 times. Okay, so I told you I was going to give you numbers. So 4 in, 2 pause, 7 exhale. 3 times. 3 is a powerful number. It's a triple. It's triple perfection. It's triple completion. And I always use the number 3. I always use the number 3 and 7 because I believe in their power. Okay? So let's do this together. So get comfortable. Just sit wherever you are. Did you have a question? Oh, I thought you had a question. Sorry. So relax your body. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So relax your body. Just sit comfortably. There's no specific form to do this. Just as long as you're somewhere quiet where you can focus and sit comfortably. So inhale for 4. Hold for 2. And push it out for 7. Do this again. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 7. Breathe in for 4. Pause for 2. Push the breath out for 7. Now, when you're doing this, at first, I want you to just do it however it comes natural. Okay? But eventually, I want you to take this breath into the belly because this is where the transformation happens in my body. It's in my belly. It's in my belly. So let's take this again. Breathe in. Bring the breath into the belly, not the chest. Normally, I would say naturally we probably breathe into our lungs, but it's in the belly that I'm going to reset the vagus nerve. Okay? So breathe in for 4. Hold, pause for 2, push it out for 7. How are y'all feeling after that? This you can do anywhere, anytime, and it will instantly calm you down. Now, why do I call this the pause before the breath? Because this space of rest is necessary for me in life and in our time right now. This is very important. And I take a breath, even subconsciously, I take a breath before I go. So I want you to carry this with you the rest of this month. I must have pause. I must have calm in order for me to go wherever I'm going, even if it's in my mind. I need to have that peace and that calm. And it is yours. It is yours by divine inheritance. Any questions? Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody tuning in. I'm actually wrapping up, but you can obviously rewind this later and watch at your leisure. The real Bill Tipson. Hi, the real Bill Tipson. Smoke a cigarette? No, thanks. No, thank you. Actually, let's talk about that for a second. Those of you that do smoke, I was a smoker for 10 years. 10 years of my life. My breath was hijacked by the cigarette. And I'm the type of person, when I love something, I love it to death. I loved my cigarettes. They were my best friend. They were everything to me. Of course, little did I know that they weren't my best friend. They were stealing my breath. They were stealing my life. And by the grace of God, this is testimony for y'all and encouragement for y'all. If you are struggling with addiction of any kind, but certainly smoking, by the grace of God, I have been sober, completely sober and clean for, where are we? 2026, 21 years. 21 years. But if you are struggling with cigarettes and or any addiction for that matter, you can overcome, and you can relearn how to breathe again. Where am I from? Hi, Raf. I'm from Texas. Where are you from? And hello. Hi, Sama or Samagic. Samagic. Ancient Rome or ancient Greece? Is that a question? Hi, Coel. My mom smoked for 20 years, but when Jesus called her, she never come back to cigarettes too. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, and you know what? That's an encouragement, because for some of us, it is divine deliverance. Some of us have the story. I'm one of those that has the story. Now, granted, it took me about 4 years, truthfully. It took me about 4 years to fully quit smoking. And I think I quit like 6 months. The longest stretch in those 4 years was 6 months. And then I went to England. I had a little trip that I went, it was mostly England, but I went to Europe for about a month and a half. And, well, I thought my reasoning was I've never had cigarettes in England. I have to smoke. I have to try them. And I remember they had these like the vending machines, they had like 10 packs instead of 20. And so my little relapse brain was like, well, there are only 10. It's only half the pack. I can do it. I can handle it. But yeah, so be gracious with yourself. Show yourself grace. For some of us, we have to go through the process of, whatever works for you, the process of recovery from addiction. By the way, you guys, I am a certified master life coach. I can help you with these issues. If you are struggling with addiction, I can help you with that. I do have my one-to-one sessions where we could do tailored counseling and therapy. Of course, I use my modalities of music, art, and movement. But I am here for you if you need anything. Do not hesitate to reach out. You can find me at shesrestored.com, or you can just email me, shesrestored@gmail.com, and I will happily work with you and help you overcome. Yes, I agree. There's vending machines for cigarettes. Am I showing my age? Okay, so this was a while ago. When did I go? It was in 2002. And yes, they had vending machines. And they probably still do, actually. Yeah. Oh, it's one of my favorite memories, actually. I love England. I love it. I love it. I spent quite a long time in Manchester, actually, because a lot of my favorite music is from the UK, specifically England. A lot of British bands, and so, yeah, it was fun. It was one of my favorite memories ever because I actually got to see one of my favorite bands in their hometown, and I wasn't even planning it. I didn't even know they were playing. It was just complete divine alignment, and it was glorious and beautiful. And I went with my girlfriend, so it was super fun. Anyways, um, how's everybody doing? Before I log off, I do want to say hello, make sure everyone's doing well. Tell one music? How do you mean? Like who, like which band did I see? Is that what you mean? When I was over there? It was New Order. It was New Order. They're like an 80s well, they're still around actually. They're still making music, but they sort of broke out in the 80s, I guess you could say. And it was them that played that they were headlining the event. It was called Move Festival, and the night that I got to see them was it was like a Mancunian night. There were like all these bands from Manchester that played, except for Echo and the Bunnymen. Um, but yeah, what music do I like and listen to? Oh my gosh, we would be here forever if I got into that. I like all kinds of music. I'm a music fanatic, so I love so much. But I guess if I were to choose like faves, they would be in the indie genre and the electronic genre. Indie rock, electronic. Those are my go-tos. What about you? And what about y'all? What kind of music do y'all like? And do you make music? I guess that's one of my hidden art forms. It's not really hidden actually. Um, but I have created music. I was in a band in the early 2000s, actually. Hi, Dantino. Yes, I do. I'm so happy you're here. Um, I was in a band in the early 2000s. So this was like what was going on at the time? At the time, it was well, the scene that I was connected to, I guess you could say, was, and it's always been new wave. I'm a new wave girl, so but it was like electro clash. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody remember this? Oh, awesome. Nice. Actually, I just told a coworker that I saw Coldplay because they're a Coldplay fan. I got to see Coldplay in 2001. They actually came to Austin. This was before they got huge, which was crazy. But I got to see them for 15 bucks at the backyard in Austin, and it was super cool. It was so hot. We were like it was like in the middle of summer. So that wasn't fun, but it was cool to see them. This was like when Parachutes, I think. Was it Parachutes? Anyways, one of their debut albums was I think it was that one. Oh, we're doing good. Just we're actually wrapping up our session. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I could see that. I haven't really heard any of their stuff after the um gosh, I can't remember the name of the second album. It's the one with clocks, I think, right? I really didn't hear it too much after that, but I'm sure they're still playing some good tunes. Gianca, you're restored too? Awesome. That's awesome. I'm so happy y'all are here. So again, I'm going to close with what I started with, which is to um, happily tell you. Oh yeah, so yellow was on Parachutes. Now I remember. Oh, this is super cool. I'm gonna tell you this because you are a Coldplay fan and you'll appreciate this. But when I saw them, they played Animals live. And is it Animals? Yes, I think it's Animals. Oh, and what's the other one that was uh the one that goes God put a smile on my face. Okay? They played that one live, but this was before they hadn't named it God put a smile on my face. It was just called I've got a smile on my face. And the lyrics were totally different than the one that came out on the album. And the reason I remember this is because my boyfriend at the time, he gifted me the show that we went to on CD. Like, I don't know how he did that, but he found a copy of the show. And so, of course, I played it. I gave it to my sister, Hillary. Or was it Claudia? Claudia. Gave it to Claudia. But yes, Animals. Animals is another. I love Animals. I think that was a good one. But yeah, fun fact. Cool little music trivia in my life. But yes, so you guys, I'm super excited. My classes are back. My schedule is on my website, shesrestored.com. I'm bringing back 3 classes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. I'm doing them through Google Meet, and they are only $7 per class. And then I have our workshops scheduled for our She's Restored community in June. Actually, both of them are in June. And then my Soñado Libre Sound community as well. And what else? What else? Oh, and then I'm doing our soul strengthening sessions. I mentioned this already, but I'm doing this as a live stream, but on Instagram. So you can go find me at She's Restored on Instagram. And for our Artist Dream Live sessions, y'all, I was thinking about doing it here, but no, I'm going to do it on Instagram. So Thursdays and Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Instagram. Just remember that. And that's it. I love you all so much. I hope you have a blessed night, and I'll be back Friday. And don't hesitate to go to my website and see the goodies that I put on there for us and sign up. I'd love to have you in our classes or one-to-one sessions, whatever works for you. I'm here if you need anything. Reach out to me, shesrestored@gmail.com. I love y'all and have a great night.